Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble was 24 hours ago. Monday Night Raw starts now. Well, on that, well, I'm getting told that, yes, one of the principal owners of WWE, Derek D. Ginger King, he runs this branch of the WWE. He is the new, well, practically CEO of the company. And he has been running things for the better part of a year now. Derek D. Ginger King making his way to the ring. He has gathered all three brands here, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, for a big announcement. And they're handing him a mic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. You know, it's very clear to me, and I guess each and every one of you, why we're gathered here today, and why I have a mic in my hands. Many of you might not know me, but I'm the guy behind the scenes who runs everything. I'm the guy who signs the contracts. I cross the T's, I dot the I's, and I make this shit happen. Now, many of you know me, perhaps, I do a lot of things. I'm an NBA star. I do that. I play shooting guard right now for the Utah Jazz, and I do that quite well, and I own part of the WWE, and I've been running things for quite a while now. And Vince McMahon and Triple H, they've all said that I've been doing a hell of a job, and I get to keep my job. And what we're going to be doing here tonight is having a huge announcement. Now, this announcement is going to change the landscape of the WWE universe that you know and love. So please take out your earbuds and listen up. Children, take a nap. This might take a bit. When I was contracted to start running this show, I had a dream. I had a dream that we would build three colossal brands, and at Wrestlemania we would see them annihilate one another. But now, the funding for the WWE has been cut short due to lack of interest. And some superstars from last night have been let go. Some superstars are staying and some have been brought back. Of course, we're here and we have a new arena. And of course, I am now in the face of each and every one of you. You know who I am now. You know that I'm running things now. And as you can see, I am quite clearly a Paul Heyman guy. I've liked the way he's ran things on NXT, and you know what? Change number one. Monday Night Raw's general manager is out of here. No one knows who that guy was, and no one ever will, because he is gone. Paul Heyman is his replacement. Now, I wonder, what does that mean for NXT? Does that mean that NXT no longer has a general manager? Well, I guess in a technicality it does, because NXT no longer exists, and neither does SmackDown. I'll let that sink in for a little for each and every one of you. Monday Night Raw will be the sole flagship show for the WWE Universe, and we will be adding main event on Tuesdays, live main event as well, just to get any other matches that didn't fit on Monday Night Raw. Tonight, we will have 5 matches here on Monday Night Raw, but next week, or maybe next month, we will start having 7. Main event will have 3. We are going to be tying loose ends here this month on Monday Night Raw with a couple of rivalries that me and Paul Heyman have agreed feel need to be tied up. Paul Heyman, of course, does have a little bit of a personal vendetta that I'm sure he has brought some people in to deal with. That's his end of the deal. My end of the deal is to come out here and to announce all the changes. No NXT, no SmackDown main event added. The Elimination Chamber will be a huge pay-per-view, and of course, we can only have 7 matches on a pay-per-view card. We don't have enough time for any more than that, so we don't need as many championships as we currently have. So I am here to announce unification matches for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view set to happen 1 month from now. Let's start with an easy one. Tag Team Championships. The Tag Team Championships will be unified in a unique way that Paul Heyman has devised, and of course I'll have Michael Cole talk about that a little later tonight. Let's talk about the secondary championships. Let's talk about the Hardcore Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the United States Championship. All 3 of those championships are going to be unified, and I'm bringing back the Black Intercontinental Championship because, you know, a wise man once said, make it look black. For any of you Sons of Anarchy fans out there, and I'm going to, the Black Intercontinental Championship is on its way back into town, and that one will be the main Intercontinental Championship that will be defended. Now, how am I going to unify this championship? Well, 3 champions, 3 challengers in an Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And they are as follows. Kurt Angle, the United States Champion, will take on Syxx, the Intercontinental Champion, who will take on Yokozuna, who is the Hardcore Champion, who will take on Cody Rhodes, who will take on AJ Styles, who will take on... question mark. You see, Main Event is live tomorrow, and Main Event will be covering the qualification tournament for the Intercontinental Elimination Chamber match. So if you didn't want to watch Main Event, well, now you kind of have to. Main Event will be featuring those qualification matches for the 6th and final participant of that match. Now, to the main course. The WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, and the NXT Championship will all be unified into what we are calling the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This championship will have both World and WWE Championship properties. The NXT Championship, unfortunately, will be discontinued. The winner of that match will hold both the World and WWE Championship together as one. The World Championship presenting the past, and the WWE Championship presenting the best of the future as one championship together. Now, who's in that match? Well, again, a 6th participant is going to be a little rough. I think John Cena losing clean last night to Biggie Langston, I don't think that grants him an opportunity at the championship, so I'm letting Paul Heyman decide. So we do not have a 6th participant, but the first 5 are as follows. WWE Champion Big E Langston, World Heavyweight Champion Santino Marella, NXT Champion Randy Orton, and their challengers Cesaro and Mark Henry will be added into that match. The 6th and final participant will be deliberated upon by Paul Heyman. I am looking at my notes. I don't see anything else. No, just kidding, I do. Of course, the Hardcore Championship is gone, which means we need a little bit of a variety belt around here. We can't just have tag team, secondary, and world championships. We need something else. We need something different. We need something that can really make us special as a company. And I have put great thought into this, and I have thought that we've got the best TNA talent there is. TNA made itself known by the X Division, and what I'm going to do is bring back, very similar to the X Division, the Cruiserweight Championship, and that will be defended at the Elimination Chamber in a fatal 4-way ladder match every night on Monday Night Raw for the next 4 weeks we are going to have qualification matches for the entrance into those starting right now. The two superstars who I talked to earlier tonight, can you please make your way to the ring? Your match is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great Monday Night Raw. Enjoy the show, like the video, and by all means, comment your thoughts, relative or not, in the comments section below. Derek D. Ginger King is checking out. And thank you for being a part of my WWE Universe mode. Next match, go. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. A new era has begun, and The Miz makes his way to the ring. He returned last night at the Royal Rumble. The Miz came out number 18 last night and didn't make it too far, being the 21st man eliminated from the Royal Rumble, won by Alberto Del Rio. Miz tonight is in a qualifying match against David Otunga for the Cruiserweight Championship that will make its return at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. David Otunga has won countless important battles, but he has lost even more. David Otunga losing when really all the chips are down, but he's won against John Cena. A big upset man. David Otunga might be able to pull off another one here tonight against The Miz. Well, tonight's main event, Del Rio versus Santino Marella, and I'm sure JBL will be at ringside with Del Rio. We do have reports that Santino Marella has an alliance with Cesaro, his former #1 contender. Both men will be in the main event of the Elimination Chamber. At the inside the Elimination Chamber, 6 men go in, 1 man comes out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. 3 titles unifying into one as the brand split is over. Tomorrow on Main Event. Main Event is going to be an addition to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw will have spots for 7 matches. Main Event 3 more. David Otunga starting off the match. Nice shoulder block. Moves it into a backbreaker onto The Miz. Tonight's Raw, we do not have the negotiations with YouTube for a full 7-match card, but we will have those negotiations fixed very soon. Tonight only a 5-match card. Perhaps we will get that done next week for even more WWE Universe mode for everyone. The Miz, nice jawbreaker, taking down David Otunga. Last night, the Royal Rumble really showed some cracks. Paul Heyman, the new general manager of Monday Night Raw, the overall general manager, made his announcement that the specialist would be at the Royal Rumble. That specialist turned out to be none other than Prince Devitt from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not a lot is known about this guy, or really how he likes to maneuver around the ring. Apparently Paul Heyman knew about him and called him in. He is nicknamed the Specialist. We can only know why. Last night at the Rumble, he eliminated Brock Lesnar, who was in the final 3 to win the Royal Rumble. Paul Heyman sweating like a dog last night, but his fears were calmed by the Specialist making his entrance at number 30. If you didn't see the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I recommend to go back and watch it. A lot of great matches, and of course the Royal Rumble, a once-in-a-year match. Alberto Del Rio, winner of that match, will be in the main event of WrestleMania, taking on the winner of the Elimination Chamber match that is unifying 3 of the major championships here in the WWE Universe. Miz now. Miz has David Otunga on the ropes, and over the top rope. Hanging his throat across that rope. And he's got him again, and he's done it again. And the Miz on a roll here against David Otunga, just stretching the face out. And a strong clothesline. And Miz is looking awesome as he continues his night of return here on Monday Night Raw. David Otunga coming right back with a strong back suplex, going for the cover, and the Miz kicks out. Oh, look! Oh my goodness! Whoa! Miz has never done that before. Oh, we have never seen the Miz pull off a move like that before. Miz has the back of David Otunga, and this is a dangerous spot to be when you're in a match against the Miz. Skull-crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. The Miz has entered into the Fatal 4-Way Cruiserweight Championship match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. That match will be a ladder match. The Miz, for the next 3 weeks, going to be watching the DVD that came out for the WWE Famous Ladder Matches to study. Miz looks great. His return was indeed awesome. And he is in. He is in it to win it for the Cruiserweight Championship. Oi. Oi. Listen, Paul. I did my part last night, and I feel like it's time for me to hitch a ride back to Japan and get back to my club. Get back to your club? No, you can't get back to your club, Mr. Prince Devitt, because you didn't get the job done. You think tossing Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, over a top rope is going to eliminate him? No, I contracted you, Mr. Devitt, to eliminate Brock Lesnar. I didn't mean just from the Royal Rumble match. I meant permanently from the WWE Universe. He is a very large thorn in my side. Punk and Sheamus can be dealt with at a later time. I need you, the specialist, to deal with Lesnar. You're not out of my contract until he is dealt with. I'll deal with him tonight. You'll deal with him tonight. I'll deal with him tonight. Submission match. Well, it looks like we got a submission match. The organization take on the Shield next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. New arena of Monday Night Raw, and the Shield make their way down to the ring. We saw that they have a little bit of an uneasy alliance here. Seth Rollins still one half of the tag team champions last night. They defeated the number one contender. Well, no, I believe it was that Friday night they defeated the number one contenders. Dean Ambrose was out on commentary. He did try to muck up the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, which had the titles on the line. But Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins say that they're on the good terms. We just saw them shaking hands rather violently, to say the least, but they are on good terms as of now. The Shield trying to seal some of the cracks that were made over the past couple of months. The Tag Team Championships will be unified at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Derek D. Ginger King, the owner of WWE Universe, earlier tonight announcing two Extreme Elimination Chamber matches. One for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the other for the Black Intercontinental Championship that he has decided to bring back when the Hardcore Championship, the United States Championship, and the Intercontinental Current White Championship gets unified. But the tag team titles are going to be unified, and they will be the Penny Championships. The gold one you see around the waist of Seth Rollins, those will be the main championships, and it's going to be a little bit different. Paul Heyman, of course, a very innovative mind, he's got a great idea here, and he has got an Armageddon Hell in a Cell 6-man match, and the main tag team partner. Oh, and we've got some Seth Rollins, the Architect, trying to call the shots, and Dean Ambrose, the Lunatic Fringe, opting to go in first against the organization. But as I was saying, Paul Heyman, brilliant-minded, has thought of a Armageddon 6-man match between some of these top contenders for the tag team championships, and he's going to put the main tag team partner as a representative of the tag team. So it will be Roman Reigns for the Shield, Bray Wyatt for the NXT Tag Team Champions, and Wade Barrett for the World Tag Team Championships. All three of them are the champions, but they're going to have some company. Bret Hart, of course, last night at the Rumble, winning against the organization in the #1 contenders match. So Bret Hart will be going in. Luke Harper and Sami Zayn took matters into their own hands, taking out 3MB last night, and it's really impressed Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has awarded Sami Zayn and Luke Harper a tag team championship contendership, and they will be entering into that 6-man Armageddon. Luke Harper will be that man. Damien Sandow lost last night in that #1 contenders match, but the organization has really impressed, as Dean Ambrose gets knocked off the apron, has really impressed Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman has put Damien Sandow into that spot. He realizes I guess the tag team of the organization. He's probably a big fan of SmackDown, and he's seen that the chemistry is there. They have yet to win their first championship. Now, of course, after all these unifications happen, the records will stop. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the record will stop for the World Championship and the NXT Championship, but the WWE Championship run will live on. So Big E will still have his history, as well as John Cena and Hollywood Hogan. Damien Sandow is taking control here. Things getting a little out of control for the referee, sending Dean and Aiden English back to their corners. Roman Reigns, the silent man of the Shield, has not a thing to say about the cracks that were cracking in the Shield, and he hasn't said anything. He's a very strong but silent type of man, as Dean Ambrose gets the tag here. I mean, the Shield, as many cracks that are in the Shield, they definitely know how to fight, as Dean Ambrose. You see him just ruthlessly attacking the ribs, and now is just brushing his boot across the face of Aiden English, following it up with a chokehold that is illegal. The referee using his discretion. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they come from two different cuts of the fabric. Dean Ambrose, very off the cuff, almost lone wolf type character. Seth Rollins, very strategic. Call him the Architect because he sets people up to knock them down. Also very high flying. Has to be precise. Two very different personalities, and we're seeing that the Shield has been together for just about a year now in this universe mode, and they are finally starting to crack. Earlier tonight they mended those wounds. We'll see if the little band-aid of a handshake we saw earlier tonight can hold up, as Aiden English pokes the eye of Dean Ambrose, makes the tag to Damien Sandow, and Dean Ambrose calls in Seth Rollins, the Architect, going up against the education department of the organization. Two smart men going up against each other here. Damien Sandow, nice scoop slam into a knee. Oh my goodness, straight onto those, maybe perhaps the collarbones of Seth Rollins there. Damien Sandow tagging in Aiden English. Nice tag team maneuver here, and Seth Rollins. Oh, and Aiden English takes out Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins was just about to tag out. Good isolation here, and Dean Ambrose tossing Aiden English back in and handing him an elbow as a little extra credit. Seth Rollins now back in control. Seth Rollins hitting Seth Walker. Going for the cover now. 1, 2, and Damien Sandow breaking it up. Seth Rollins getting dropped here. But he hit the Seth Walker on Aiden English, and now a headbutt. The Shield working together fantastically in this match. Seth Rollins now taking it to Aiden English and calls in Dean Ambrose. Lunatic Fringe going for the cover. 1, 2. Aiden English kicking out at 2. Damien Sandow, though, and Seth Rollins in the match. Chaos ensuing on Monday Night Raw. These two teams have had a couple of months of rivalry adding in to their time together. And the crowd here on Monday Night Raw is loving it. If you only watch Monday Night Raw, you're getting the first taste of the Shield and the organization. And they are not disappointing. Aiden English, nice neck breaker there, taking down Dean Ambrose. Aiden English needs to get a pin in. Now elbow drop to keep Dean down. Gonna go for the tag. Damien Sandow trying to chase Dean down, and I think he catches him, and he does. Damien Sandow trying to stop the tag out to Seth Rollins. Nice spine buster there to Dean Ambrose. Damien Sandow dodging Seth Rollins off that rope, and Damien Sandow now getting a little upset. No, please. Oh, this is a brand new announce table for Monday Night Raw, brand new arena, and they're already gonna wreck it. Dean Ambrose sent back into the ring there. Damien Sandow elbow to the face. Damien Sandow looking to finish it. Aiden English, look at him go. Going for isolation here as Damien Sandow gonna put up the terminus, connecting. Seth Rollins back up on the ring apron. Ref slow count. 1, 2, and it's broken up by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins tossing Damien into his corner, and a nice elbow from Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose up quickly. The more injured this man gets, the more riled up he seems. Seth Rollins gonna isolate. 1, 2, not good enough. Broken up by Aiden English. Dean Ambrose versus Damien Sandow in the middle of the ring. Scoop slam to Dean Ambrose. I think the hand was caught behind the back. That'll cause some extra wrist damage to Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose gonna call in Seth Rollins. And here comes Seth Rollins going for the uppercut on Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow dodging it. The two smarter competitors in this match back into the ring. Seth Rollins tosses Damien over the top rope. What are we going to see here? Over the top. Oh my goodness. Over the top rope. Powerbomb to Damien Sandow. Scuffle on the outside. Sandow back to his feet. Seth Rollins waiting for him. Seth Rollins knees to the face. Thought he was going to toss him back out over the ring apron, but into a nice neck breaker, and Seth Rollins now submission hold here. Some elbows to the face of Damien Sandow going for the cover, and again broken up by Aiden English. Dean Ambrose has got to get this under control. He's got to be faster than Aiden English to win this match, as Seth Rollins really picking Damien Sandow apart piece by piece. Damien Sandow going to tag in Aiden English. Dean Ambrose coming in at the same time. Dean Ambrose and Aiden English, both of the men who's been hit. Aiden English hit with the Seth Walker. Dean Ambrose hit with the Terminus. Dean Ambrose got him in suplex position. Oh, and face first. And another choke by Dean Ambrose, choking the life out of Aiden English. And the Shield tagging in and out quickly here. Pretty good matchup, getting Seth Rollins back into the match if he can hit Seth Walker again. Oh, he's got a nice... And it doesn't work. I was going to say he's got a nice submission hold, but I saw Damien Sandow move in quickly. Dean Ambrose not fast enough to eliminate Damien from the equation. And look at that, Dean Ambrose now attacking Damien Sandow in the ring. Aiden English hitting a tornado DDT on Seth Rollins. And Aiden English going for a submission here. Dean Ambrose already in the ring. Referee now going to count him to 5. Dean Ambrose out of the ring now, but he is a little predisposed. The organization has Seth Rollins in the corner. Off the ropes, drop toe hold into a nice elbow drop to the spine of Seth Rollins and Damien Sandow. Oh, Damien Sandow, look at that. Damien Sandow was going to go after Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose went immediately after Damien Sandow. Seth Rollins takes out Aiden English on the outside. I'm not quite sure who the two main men in this match are at this moment. I thought it was Seth and Damien. Damien Sandow taking the beating to Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins getting back into it. Nice kick straight to the gut. Dean Ambrose still in the ring. Oh my... Oh! Beautiful move by Seth Rollins. Is it enough to take out Damien Sandow and win the match? Going for the cover. Referee sliding in for the count, but not soon enough. Aiden English breaking it up. Dean Ambrose still hovering in and out. He's got like ADHD. He can't sit still, this guy. Could be a good thing in a tag team match. Aiden English with a shoulder block taking Seth Rollins down. And an elbow drop to follow suit. Aiden English can't outsmart the Architect. Seth Rollins throws him into the corner. He's got him to the top rope here. Oh no. High risk maneuver. Aiden English gonna get dropped. Oh my gosh, what a jawbreaker from the top rope. And Seth Rollins gonna go flying with the knee. But the knee is not, I mean, Aiden English is not in a good spot to go for a top rope maneuver. Going for the cover on that one. And there you go. Dean Ambrose just too slow or not willing enough to break up those pins. Or to isolate Damien Sandow and Aiden English from the pins being attempted by Seth Rollins. Aiden English bringing Damien back into the match. Seth Rollins going to reach for Dean. Dean incoming. Dean Ambrose just catches him. Dirty deeds. Connecting to Damien Sandow. Seth Rollins fast enough to isolate Aiden English. This could be it. The Shield could win this match here. 1, 2, and 3. The Shield victorious. An uneasy alliance between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins is successful here tonight. And look at that. I mean, we thought they had issues with each other, but tonight they looked fantastic. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose shaking hands this week. But who knows, the Lunatic Fringe might have a breakdown. Tonight, the Shield is victorious on Raw. I'm standing here with AJ Styles. AJ, last night you did not win the Royal Rumble, but you did want to tonight have some things to say about the Spades and about your Intercontinental Championship. Well, now let's worry about the Intercontinental Championship a little later here. I don't think we really need to be rushing things in terms of my championship title, because it's an Elimination Chamber match against, well, one unknown and 4 other people that I know I can beat, or that I've beaten before. I can do that. I'm not worried about that. What I need to do is fix the problem within my organization, my group, the Spades. And I think that tonight we need to have a little test. A little test for the good old Ace of Spades. A little test for Adrien Neville. Now, I'm good with Paul Heyman. Me and him are good friends. And he has guaranteed me that Adrien Neville will have a match. And he will have a match coming up tonight. In fact, next. Against an old friend of his. Oh, and just in case that this match gets a little too out of the ordinary and he feels like he wants to get out of it and not do it, I've had Paul Heyman make it a Falls Count Anywhere match for the crowd's enjoyment, because I'm such a good Intercontinental Champion. I am your champion, and I am the best champion, and that is why tonight we'll see if the Ace of Spades deserves to be in the Spades, and that is why in a month you're going to see me holding up the blacker version of this Intercontinental Championship. Thank you. Well, we are back on Monday Night Raw, and we just heard AJ Styles discussing Adrien Neville Adrien Neville, of course, not really holding up to his end in the spades. And AJ Styles, as the leader, wants to put him to the test. Tonight, Adrien Neville is going to go up against old friend, partner, and foe, Sami Zayn. AJ Styles wants to make sure that the match that they had, that Adrien Neville got into the spades in the first place, wasn't a fluke. Adrien Neville set to face Sami Zayn here tonight in a Falls Count Anywhere match. AJ Styles has a lot of pull with general manager Paul Heyman. And that is what we're seeing here today. Sami Zayn, Luke Harper, just announcing earlier tonight that they are a tag team. Sami Zayn and Luke Harper have to get together and make a new entrance. He's still rocking the 3MB entrance, and he hasn't even been a part of 3MB for the past couple of months. And here we go. It is a little bit of a rekindling of a rivalry between these former partners, Sami Zayn, Adrien Neville, both really high talents from NXT, the early days of NXT. Adrien Neville, a former NXT champion, not in this universe mode, but he is a World Tag Team champion with his partner Wade Barrett. And Adrien Neville is being put to the test tonight on Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles very jealous of the success of Adrien Neville and Wade Barrett. And no. Well, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, and immediately Adrien Neville getting caught on the hardest part of the ring, the outside of the apron, with a back suplex from Sami Zayn. This match could get a little ugly here, as 3MB really never, almost like a failure to launch situation, where Adrien Neville and Wade Barrett were semi-successful. A lot of hate probably brewing between these two. Adrien Neville and Sami Zayn both started in the same spot, and then Adrien Neville propelled to the top with the spades. Sami Zayn pretty much anchored to the bottom with 3MB. Sami Zayn gonna get a little extreme here, and he's got a trash can. Adrien Neville, well, he brought out, Adrien Neville turned around and hit face first into the steel trash can, dropping the sledgehammer, I believe, that he got out from under that ring. Sami Zayn in control of the early goings of this match. Sami Zayn, about 2 months ago, was sick of 3MB and their losing ways, even though he was really giving them great advice, getting them great #1 contenders matches, great championship matches. They just couldn't get the job done. Now they're fighting over the steel steps here. Sami Zayn pelting Adrien Neville across the skull. 3MB has really fallen out after Sami Zayn and Luke Harper took them out at the Rumble. Before the Rumble yesterday, during the day, they arrived, they got taken out, and the general manager of Raw, the then general manager of Raw, still no one really knows who he was. He or she named Sami Zayn and Luke Harper the replacements. Adrien Neville trying to keep Sami Zayn in control. Nice Hurricane Rana. Adrien Neville now might be going for, well, he's going for the steel steps. I mean, these two have really caused damage to each other with these things. This could be a very dangerous, especially in the middle of the ring. Drop kick to the back, Adrien Neville and Sami Zayn both in danger as long as those steel steps are still in the ring. German suplex, and he's bridged it, going for the cover. 1-2, no. Sami Zayn breaking out of it. Sami Zayn now just punishing Adrien Neville. He's dealt a lot of damage with the trash can, with the steel steps. Adrien Neville trying to get back into it, and he's got a sledgehammer. Straight to the gut. Might have broken a rib, and now to the back. Adrien Neville not letting up here with the sledgehammer. Adrien Neville now. Oh, and he's got a... Is that a pin? No, he didn't go for the pin. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. Onto the sledgehammer. No, 1, 2, 3. Adrien Neville passing AJ Styles' test. Wow. Double underhook power bomb onto the sledgehammer is what did Sami Zayn in. We'll see. We see it right here. And we can't see from that angle. Oh, but that must have hurt. Must have knocked him out. Maybe his head hit off the hit off of that hard part of the hammer. Oh, well, there you go.
Here is your winner,
Adrien Neville victorious tonight in the Falls Count Anywhere match. Adrien Neville, so far, passing AJ Styles' test. Well, welcome back to Monday Night Raw as Brock Lesnar makes his way down to the ring. Brock Lesnar not a happy camper after the results of last night's Royal Rumble. He thought he had the match in the bag. He was in the final 3 with Del Rio and the Specialist. He only had to get past 2 more men, but the Specialist did what he does best according to Paul Heyman and eliminated Brock Lesnar. Tonight, Brock Lesnar plans to finish the Devitt business in a submission match. Former UFC champion Brock Lesnar has that horrible Kimura lock that he can place at nearly any point in a match. We're going to find out what the Specialist can really do, if anything at all, against the Beast Incarnate. Prince Devitt, I mean, not a lot is known of this guy. I mean, we know that he ran a club over in New Japan Pro Wrestling that dominated that brand. And we saw a couple of videos of him spoofing characters from Batman. The Joker, Bane. Does a lot of paint on his body. He's a very weird dude, but seems like he's here just to do a job. And he's been contracted by Paul Heyman to the Monday Night Raw roster. And tonight he's got a submission match against Brock Lesnar. And this might not go very well for the good Prince. It's going to be a very interesting match. I mean, the Royal Rumble last night was pretty epic. We've got a lot of superstars that came back from that. Eddie Guerrero, Goldberg, The Undertaker, just to name a few. And look at that, Devitt immediately going for the legs of Brock Lesnar. Very wise move. Keep the big man off of his feet. That's how a lot of the UFC guys plan to deal with Lesnar. And look at that. Look at that. Nice little figure 4-like maneuver there. And Devitt going after the legs of Lesnar. Not a bad strategy. But you just need to watch out when Lesnar gets in control. Oh, and a rake of the eyes. Well, I mean, he is the Specialist. He is the Specialist. He doesn't sound like a guy who's going to follow too many rules. Lesnar, nice belly-to-belly suplex to Devitt. Again, Prince Devitt. We don't have a whole lot of knowledge about this guy. We don't know what his moveset is. We don't know how he intends to use it. We don't even know what he calls his finishing moves. I barely know his nickname. Prince Devitt stuns the Beast Incarnate to the top rope. Drop kick. Dropping Lesnar. And again, chopping the legs out from the Beast Incarnate. Very wise move. Another drop kick. It seems like he's a very athletic guy in great shape. And Devitt tossing the Beast Incarnate into the turnbuckle there. Now, and a knee to the face. You know, it's very interesting, but Prince Devitt has dominated this match. Just as I say that, Brock Lesnar, a back suplex. And Prince Devitt, look at him. Look at him. He knows when he's in trouble. He's going to take a little bit of a breather here on Monday Night Raw. Oh, very wise. Waits for Lesnar to come out to the ring. Come out of the ring so he can get an easy score on the Beast Incarnate. And there you go. That's the trouble. That's the problem. When Brock Lesnar gets into the zone and starts laying down right hands. He wears those gloves. I mean, they do soften the blow. Oh no. Oh, and he's... Oh! Prince Devitt having his leg, the torque of that submission hold. And Prince Devitt still targeting the legs. And Brock Lesnar's got those padded gloves because he hits so hard. He hits his competitor so hard, he doesn't want to break his hand. Just because they're padded doesn't mean that it's any easier for this superstar. Oh my god, the German suplex, and he landed right on the barricade. Prince Devitt is in a little bit of trouble here against the Beast Incarnate. It's a submission match. Lesnar tossing Devitt back into the ring, and Devitt rolling right back out. Devitt gonna use his speed here, and why not? Oh, and off the ropes. Oh, and he missed. Devitt, though, really fast, very speedy. Catching back up to Lesnar. He's got something here. He's got something here. Prince Devitt. Reverse DDT. A reverse DDT to Brock Lesnar. And Prince Devitt, like a hitman. Oh my goodness, like a hitman. Is he gonna... He's lifting Brock Lesnar. Oh my god. Wow. He just lifted Brock Lesnar and hit him with that well, is that a spike DDT? What would that be? A brainbuster almost. A very big brainbuster to the likes of Lesnar. I mean, even that isn't going to stop Lesnar. You've got to do more as Lesnar with a huge suplex. Nice, taking out the eyes of Lesnar and again going to the legs. Oh, and look at this, a knee straight to the back of Brock Lesnar. I mean, it's not affecting the legs. The legs have been targeted the whole match, but I mean, I guess it gives Devitt a little bit of a breather against the Beast Incarnate. Oh, and a nice chop taking Lesnar down. I mean, a lot of people question the use of those chops. Well, you saw a little bit of the perks of using the chop right there. Can take even big man beasts down. Oh, now he's got a full Nelson. He's got the full Nelson here. Brock Lesnar, is he going to tap? Brock Lesnar powering out of it. Prince Devitt, I don't know if he's going to slap on a submission hold that Brock Lesnar is going to be able to... Oh! That Brock Lesnar is going to be able to not break out of. Brock Lesnar. Oh dear. Oh, he's got his hands clenched together. Powerbomb. He's going for another one. Oh no. Lesnar for a third powerbomb to Prince Devitt. And now Lesnar going for that leg contortion submission hold. Oh no. Oh, what a horrible maneuver. But he breaks out of it. Oh, no, 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 no. F5, F5 connecting to Prince Devitt. Prince Devitt feeling the effects of an F5 by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's won championships from that maneuver. And Brock Lesnar now, torture rack. Torture rack to Prince Devitt, and Prince Devitt. Is he going to tap out? Is Prince Devitt going to tap out to Brock Lesnar? Devitt survives. Devitt now going to use his... He's going to go after the leg. Very wise move. Dragging Lesnar into the middle of the ring. Is he going to try to end it here? He should. He should try to end it here. Devitt with a sharpshooter. A sharpshooter onto Brock Lesnar. The sharpshooter isn't going to do it, though. Prince Devitt again going... Looks like he's going for that brainbuster. Brainbuster connecting. The brainbuster connecting. And he's still targeting the legs of Lesnar. Lesnar and Devitt have decimated each other here. I mean, I'm surprised that Prince Devitt has lasted as long as he has against Brock Lesnar. Well, he's doing a really good job of taking out the legs of Brock Lesnar.
Looks like we're going back inside. A stiff shot with the elbow. Back into the ring now.
Nice elbow drop. Devitt now. Tried to go for another submission hold. Oh! He gets caught there with a poke of the eye to Brock Lesnar. Prince Devitt dropping Lesnar. No, Lesnar getting right back up. Prince Devitt with a strong chop. And Devitt gonna try to drag Lesnar into the middle again. I don't blame him. You want to end this match with Lesnar as quick as possible. Taking out the legs. Oh, Devitt. Oh, I don't know if that was very wise. Devitt going for a submission hold in the small of the back of Lesnar. Is Lesnar going to tap out? What can Devitt do to win this match? And Prince Devitt getting frustrated now. Devitt frustrated here. Devitt with a steel chair. Oh, and he went after Lesnar with the steel chair, and Lesnar powering the chair out of Devitt. Prince Devitt with a strong chop again. Ditches the chair. Oh, he's got the ring bell. He's got the ring bell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Brock Lesnar just got pelted off the side of the head with the ring bell. Prince Devitt arguing with the referee. But that is a disqualification. We're going to need someone to come out here and check on Brock Lesnar. But Prince Devitt definitely showing why he is the specialist and doing the bidding of General Manager Paul Heyman. Tomorrow on Main Event, we will have 3 qualifying matches for the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. The first 3 randomly chosen matchups were Mark Briscoe versus Jay Briscoe, 1-on-1. Ryback versus Eddie Guerrero. And CM Punk versus Shelton Benjamin. Out of the 12, these first 6 will fight each other. The winner of these 3 matches will head on into a triple threat match, which will determine the first finals. And of course, next week we'll have 3 more matches that will determine the same thing. And eventually we will have the last person entering into the Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the Intercontinental Championship. We are also scheduled tomorrow night on Main Event to have an interview from Royal Rumble winner Alberto Del Rio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have word that Santino Marella, just like last night at the Royal Rumble, has chickened out of this main event. And Cesaro will be taking his place. Cesaro last night at the main event of the normal matches, besides the Royal Rumble, he was supposed to win that match. I mean, Cesaro nearly has every advantage over Santino. Speed, power, height, build. And Santino managed to wrangle away the championship by using the championship's advantage and counting himself out. Cesaro furious, but with this announcement earlier tonight, Cesaro and Santino have made an alliance. These 2 men will most likely be aligned in the Elimination Chamber. Cesaro gonna get to prove his worth against the Royal Rumble winner Del Rio. JBL couldn't be happier for Mexico's greatest export, Del Rio. Del Rio winning the Rumble last night after eliminating well, to be honest, a put out of it Prince Devitt. Devitt didn't really seem like he wanted to win the Royal Rumble. And Alberto Del Rio pretty much won by default. Cesaro now making his way to the ring. World Heavyweight Champion. Not too far behind. Cesaro and Santino gonna have an alliance, a Team SmackDown, former SmackDown Members Alliance, I guess, for the Elimination Chamber match that is going to take place at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. The men in that match are World Champion Santino Marella, NXT Champion Randy Orton, Big E Langston, Mark Henry, and this man Cesaro. There's still one spot that is unclaimed that Paul Heyman is going to evaluate the full roster and name a #1 contender. There's been a lot of talk about maybe some of the returning people like Goldberg, perhaps The Undertaker. There's also been talk of John Cena, leader of the Chain Gang. Will he get into the chamber? Well, it's the main event of the night here. Del Rio versus Cesaro. JBL and Santino here out at ringside. I mean, Cesaro very physical, Del Rio very technical. Look for him to target the arms, the big, nearly artillery-like arms of Cesaro. Try to get him to tap out. Alberto Del Rio gets to skip all of the fuss and the carnage of the Elimination Chamber. He gets to skip it, goes straight to the WrestleMania pay-per-view event, main event, final match on the card, and he will face the winner of that Elimination Chamber match. And Del Rio is probably rooting for Santino Marella. What an easy WrestleMania championship win that would be for the cartel if Del Rio could win against Santino Marella. Referee going for the cover, and I mean, same boat that Cesaro's in right now. Cesaro would love nothing more than to mix it up with Del Rio. If Cesaro wins that championship match, then Del Rio's going to be his next opponent, and it only makes sense for him to get the damage in early. Del Rio not afraid of a fight, though. He's got his partner, JBL, to back him up. Santino as a backup kicker might not be the best, but he is a world champion, and there's something to be said about that. Santino's only goal for the World Heavyweight Championship was to hold it longer than the Elimination Chamber, and I guess he technically will tie Mark Henry for the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in the history of this universe mode. So he's looking to tie that record. Somehow Santino Marella wins, then you know what? I'm going to give him the record of longest reigning world champion ever. Santino, really, it doesn't matter who you put in that 6th spot for the Elimination Chamber. He is a definite underdog in that match. Cesaro now taking it to Del Rio. Del Rio getting thrown over the side. Strength of Cesaro being showcased in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And look at that, Del Rio getting back up. And the referee is being distracted by JBL. Referee a little bit of a complainer here. And Cesaro with the uppercut. Taking Del Rio down and out. And the cover is being covered. 1, 2. And JBL playing his part well, helping Del Rio kick out of that nasty uppercut. Del Rio dodging. A definite loss here as Cesaro gonna try to get Del Rio to tap out, and Del Rio kicks out of that immediately. Del Rio, I think, a better submission specialist than Cesaro. Cesaro belly-to-belly suplex over the top. Where did JBL go? JBL's disappeared. I do not see JBL on the screen. Oh, and there he is. JBL is meandering his way closer to Santino as Alberto Del Rio is in a submission hold right now. Alberto Del Rio trying to hang on here. And JBL, I don't know what he's doing. JBL is... I don't know if he's been... I think JBL has been thrown out from ringside. Maybe just in the nick of time. Del Rio now starting to get the wheels turning in this match. Cesaro, I think, is just the better competitor overall, but Del Rio will be in the main event of WrestleMania. He's got plenty of time to work the kinks out of his game and finally become WWE World Heavyweight Champion on the grandest stage of them all. Alberto Del Rio is scheduled to have an interview tomorrow on Main Event, so stay tuned for that, as Cesaro again gonna go for the cover, and that might just do it. 1, 2, 3, Cesaro and Santino, their uneasy alliance, just like Dean and Seth, well, proving to be a profitable one, as Cesaro gets the win over current #1 contender to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Cesaro and Santino teaming up for the Chamber. We'll hear from Del Rio tomorrow, and tomorrow we will have the first 3 qualifying matches for that 6th member in the secondary title, the Black Intercontinental title Elimination Chamber match. So stay tuned for that. That will be tomorrow on Main Event, and we will be back next Monday night on Monday Night Raw.